Welcome to Critical Hit, a Major Spoilers podcast. Thank you so much for downloading and checking us out as we get ever closer to episode 500, which I'll tell you right now, I don't think we're doing anything special on episode 500.
500.
Hey, let's do a game. Rodrigo's here, Sam is here, Rob is here, Brian is here, Matthew is here, the gang's all here. Did I miss anybody? There's a lot of people in this show.
Some of us have like 8 hit points, but we're all here.
All right, speaking of hit points, Rodrigo, I got a question. So we leveled up last time.
Mm-hmm.
On critical hit. That's correct. I didn't take any damage.
Mm-hmm.
So do I level up to my new numbers, or do I stay at the number that it was at when we ended the game last time?
So in the
On critical hit.
Yeah, on critical hit. In the most technical of senses, what should happen is, even though you guys leveled up, you should retain your previous hit point values until you have a chance to like sit down and reflect upon your life and actually level up.
Ah, okay.
Basically, until we get the new download of the stuff with the our upgraded
we don't
skins.
get the like full-on video game ping.
Yeah.
Right.
Just lose the Matthew.
Well, we're not plugged into the internet.
Yeah. You have to wait till you reboot before the update actually goes.
Exactly. And you have to hook up your Ethernet cable because it's probably still hooked to the laptop.
So, yes, technically that would be what should happen. The reason why we always level up off session, regardless of what is actually going on in the game, is because we don't want to have to pause in the middle of the game it's like, now you guys can level up.
Right.
So, I would say if you were absolutely 100% at max hit points, go ahead and increase your hit points to that. If you were not, if you were at all below max hit points, then increase your max hit points, but keep your current hit points at your current total.
Cute.
All right.
Everything coming
you guys
up
are, if you spent an action point, you have not reset to your action point. If you spent any encounters, you haven't reset that either, or dailies. And,
that makes me look even less powerful now because the little red sliver is even smaller.
Yeah.
Now I'm sad.
You also, just anything. And you're 1 into a milestone. So
Hooray.
if you
Oh,
have a second encounter, then you will have hit a milestone. But yes, we will pick up at the end of that fight. The last of your attackers is fading into the horizon.
We're all shaking our fists at him.
Yeah, those of you that still have all your ligaments attached can shake your fists at him. Little Sparkle's got some scratches on her. I'm guessing Sakar is probably still looks like he's still orlocking it.
Full, yeah.
And we'll just pick up there. Who is injured?
I am
injured.
minorly injured.
Okay. And Sakar is majorly injured.
Correct.
Sakar is super injured.
Yeah. It's at the end of the encounter, you do all of your ongoing damage falls off, so you don't have to worry about dropping.
I think I was taking 2 or 3 points. I don't remember. It was a long time ago.
Yeah. So, yep, there you guys are.
It's the last session.
So, yes, like I said, there you guys are on the Dawn's Arena.
And he is escaping.
And he has escaped.
Right.
Bodies on the deck?
Yeah, I don't know. If
just a gentle potpourri.
Oh, boo. So I go and examine the potpourri carefully.
Dart over to the I don't know, whatever it is, the stairway that goes below deck, and say, be like, "We won. You don't need to blow anything up."
Sarza will come out and say, "Good."
I am so tired of this. I am so tired of whatever this is.
Maybe you want to turn back into a human before the sun comes out?
It doesn't work like that, and
Yeah,
we
this-
continually.
Yeah, we should
Orm
probably
reaches
figure
into
out
his
why
pocket and gives him a Snickers bar.
Eldrin keep trying to kill us. That's kind of awkward. Is
Yeah.
there like anyone you
Yeah.
could talk to, Orm?
Well, I'm
Should
examining this
we-
pile of potpourri. Can I tell anything from the potpourri? Like, is there any trace of non-Feywild plants or anything like that mixed in with this this bundle on the deck?
I mean, you can give me a nature check.
All right, I will do that.
Should we perhaps consider trying to talk with Arathis?
Oh yeah, I get a 37.
Nice.
I mean, you have a pretty good handle of what types of flowers these are, but there's really nothing that is odd about them.
Okay,
It's a chrysanthemum and a
so I
phlox.
can't track this back to point of origin based on the decades of or centuries of.
Botany?
I mean,
botany
roll
and
history, see what
breeding
happens.
and all that
Well,
stuff.
well, here's the deal. If this was something that went back centuries, yes, but you were directly involved in causing this whole situation to happen 2 years ago,
Yeah,
3
the
years
flower
ago.
petal thing is
So-
recent.
Yeah. So no, this is still pretty new. It's not a phenomenon that anybody has spent a lot of time studying.
Okay, all right.
I mean,
I make
maybe
a mental
by now,
note.
but it certainly hasn't been you because you were either running a city or, having, monsters dropped on your head to kill you.
I will add a mental note to add this to my to-do list.
Your long list of things of which you
Yes. All right. So we should head back to, or are we heading off to our next destination, or what are we doing?
Back to Rutile Island, aren't we? Or...
Yeah. Are we
Yeah.
heading back to Rutile Island, or are we taking a jump and going and visiting
Well,
a certain troublemaker, perhaps Coraline?
yeah. Did these guys didn't? I think we asked last time. They didn't look any special note on my God vision?
Nope.
Okay.
And they
But-
didn't have anything that identified them as there wasn't like anybody's sigil or anything funny.
But
Little
God
note
vision
on their
is
back.
pretty specific on
Extra
pretty much.
dimensional beings.
Yeah,
and-
it has to be like either direct servants, like the sort of critters that grow out of God's back kind of thing, or anointed priests. So these guys were neither.
Speaking of, considering that Guy has the Asmodeus symbol, does that mean that he can like control him, or that he's reporting back to him?
No.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you be certain?
Yeah. Though Guy has to be honest with me,
Mm.
and I've asked him about this before.
Does he? Or does he just have to tell you that he's honest?
It is a valid question.
Well, it wouldn't be the first time someone in this group wasn't telling us the whole truth.
And what are you implying?
I'm just saying, Ket, you might want to check your imp. Also, should we go talk to Coraline?
Yeah, I think
Yes.
that's a great idea. Maybe we should
Should
check
we-
back first.
Yeah, that's fine.
If no other
But-
reason, tend to look around and make sure no one's like secretly Augie or something.
Yeah. While you've still
Yeah.
got the ritual up.
Yeah.
Probably a good plan. Use your magic eyes, dude.
All right, so I guess we're going back to Rutile Island. We'll convey that to Sarsa and hopefully be on our way.
Okay. Well, you guys have to, or rather, Sarsa wants to get farther away before you guys make the jump.
Ah, okay.
Be all inconspicuous, like.
Yeah. She also spends some time looking around for scrying sensors and things like that,
Mm.
but she doesn't spot anything.
Sakar just sort of slinks off a bit.
Like below decks or just off over there?
Below decks. I'm not sure if there's anything really that would be private area per se.
There is. You guys don't spend a lot of time. It's like the the Dawn's Arena moves so fast that you guys don't ever like sleep in the ship, but there are actually quarters, and you guys have some quarters for yourselves as well.
Maybe we should
Oh,
just be
cool.
staying in the ship when we get to docks instead of
Right?
random
Why
hotel
don't we?
rooms.
Jeez, if we have a room.
Ships are gross.
Yeah.
Yeah, last time.
It would be impolite to turn down a god's invitation to stay.
True.
Also, this ship was once infested with spiders, and I'd hate to wake up in the middle of the night.
I mean, the little island's also infested with spiders.
Well, that's
but-
true too, but we've got somebody taking care of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pour over some of my library notes while we're
Turns
chilling.
out he's under the sway of Lolth.
Okay.
No.
In the library are the newest items on the top.
Yes.
After a little bit of reading, Sparkle will shake her head and say, "Man, no, I'm upset that we pissed off Gamma."
Yeah.
Wait, why are you upset that we pissed off Gamma?
Just because we could use all the help we can get, generally.
Oh, well, yeah, I mean, there's that, but also apparently he was like one of the progenitors of the Kenku.
Oh. Well, that's too bad.
Wait, really?
Yeah. I mean, sort of. He is supposedly the one who blessed us with keen intellect so that we could get ahead.
Handy.
Yeah, and then he was too lazy to take that back when all the other gods took back their gifts because we like a Kenku stole the perfect stars and scattered them across the astral sea. So I guess we're responsible for that mess.
Thanks.
Yeah, no problem.
Well, we
Does the
found at
name-
least 2 of them.
Do the names Deki Ho or Sokyu mean anything to you guys?
No.
Nope.
Doesn't sound familiar. What about Nox Arcos, or the Fading One? Have you guys ever heard of those names?
Nope.
Hmm.
Who are they?
Well, so I came across this book called The Grave of Kings, and it's more of a play, right? And it's tells about this battle between the gods and their armies, one of Nox Arcos and the Fading One. And so there's this play about, they're going back and forth. One of them has learned the secret of the other's life end, and they're tolling a bell to, I guess, indicate that it's coming. But then there's this bit down towards the end of the play where Corlon and Uranko come in, and they're, I guess, just kind of providing commentary on what's going on. But they seem to be blaming, like, I don't know, they're talking about, like, there's this one line here, and I open up the book, pull it out of my bag, and I open it up, and flip over to the page, and I say, look at this passage, Ket and Little Sparkle. Here says, Corlon says, can anyone account for such mayhem? And then Uranko is there, how could they afford their weapons if not for the accountants?
Whoa, says Sarza. Are you reading a play?
I am reading a play.
Well, then you should read the different parts.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, who's saying what?
So Corlon says...
No. I mean, you should give the parts to someone.
Ah, okay. Well, here, Ket, you play the part of Corlon.
Sure.
And here you go, Little Sparkle. You can play Uranko in this last bit.
Cool.
And do you guys...
Play us.
Okay, so out of character, do you guys have a thing in your library called the Grave of Kings?
No.
Do you know?
Okay.
We do now.
All right. So here's the setup, right? Scene. The war continues, and Uranko and Corlon walk through the battlefield as the battle rages, providing commentary. And go.
Can anyone account for such mayhem?
How could they afford their weapons if not for the accountants?
So does the actuaries to blame for this decimation?
Fractions are their specialty. Truly it is they whom we should fear.
Alas, I think I see one now. Let us divide, lest he quarters us both.
End scene. Isn't that weird?
It's cute.
Orem was, He was the director of the Academy's final play in that final year of the drama department.
Sparkle explicitly lived in the theater district of New Mawakal.
So see? Perfect. You guys did wonderful.
Sakar returns.
So what do you think? I mean, it could be just commentary on, war is nothing but a bunch of money, an attempt by people to make money off of war, and maybe it is those who want to make money could be the ones that encourage war between these gods.
It's a pretty funny pun. It's
yes.
Like fraction, that less he quarters us both. I like that. It's good wordplay.
Yeah. But there's got to be some deeper meaning into this besides just...
I mean, it could specifically be coyly referencing Asmodeus, considering he seems to have... He is at least in some ways, a god of bureaucracy, and seems to have explicitly, over time, gotten the better of many deals, including wars.
Oh, really?
When Sakar returns, does he look... Is he back to normal, or is he still looking creepy?
He's back to normal.
Okay.
That's interesting you mentioned that, because I can... Okay, wait. Orm reaches into his sack again, and he pulls out another set of notes that he's had transcribed. This is from Manifest Volume 245.
Oh, yeah, I've got that one, too.
You have that one? So look in that, because it seems like there's a bunch of accounting stuff going on where the Gulag Magnificent is buying weapons.
Yeah, that's why I suggested it might be Asmodeus, because he is literally benefiting from the accounting errors.
But that's so I also find it interesting, and again, Corlon is, he's very into the arts, I guess I should say. But I find it interesting that not only does Corlon appear in the Grave of the Kings, but he also appears in the Codex that I was... No, not the Codex. In the Comprehensive Chronicle of the War of Entities that I was talking about before, about how he was exploring the forest
and the fishmonger's daughter.
No, that's a different one. So in the Comprehensive
the Chronicle of the War of Entities is...
Yeah, the Chronicle of the War of Entities. There's a story about Corlon exploring a forest, and he's talking to something in his bag, right? And it turns out that Rafaga's head is in this bag. So at some point, Corlon had Rafaga's head.
Corlon's also in Dreams of the Fishmonger's Daughter. There's like a story where he accidentally destroys the natural world, but then it was just a dream.
Was it?
Mm-hmm. Aranko's also in that one. He appears as a child, a young man, and an old man.
Right.
Hmm.
And then there's also a weird conversation about Asmodeus and Bahamut chatting about an upcoming conflict, which is interesting because, I guess it makes sense with Bahamut being a god of prophecy. Maybe he foresaw this and talked, was okay with it in some fashion. Also, there's a little weird hint about Vecna, so we maybe should look into this Zimos fella.
Do you think that the glowing shield of order, or this battle, this conflict that you're talking about in this Fishmonger's Daughter, do you think that is also referenced in the Grave of Kings play? Do you think that's the conflict that they're talking about? Even though... What's that?
Possible. I don't know enough about theology. We could actually ask Sarza. Do you know anything about the glowing shield of order?
The glowing shield of order is not really a thing. Okay. It's a very, very old way of referring to deities that wouldn't attack each other because of their views on order, sort of a chivalry type thing. You don't stab someone in the back. You don't kill a downed opponent. You have to, fight them properly. So that's the idea with the glowing shield of order. Well, I don't think it's actually meant to be a thing.
Okay, but even if this were true, from this reading of it, it appears that Asmodeus and Bahamut had an agreement not to fight with one another. Is that correct then? Would that be the correct understanding?
That's not how I'd read it. It just meant that they were talking about an upcoming conflict. Like maybe it was one of those things where it's like, we will inevitably fight to the death.
But then if you read I know it's two different characters, but go back and look at the Grave of Kings play and tell me if this is not two characters that are fighting with one another. And
Wait,
one of
there's
them
more
maybe
to the play?
There is.
Well, who's going to read that?
Okay. I think Randus, I think you could play this character called Nox Arcos and Sakar. Why don't you play the Fading One? Yes. Okay. So let me set up the scene for you guys. Okay.
Okay.
Scene. So this is a play called The Grave of Kings about a great battle between the two gods and their armies, right? Already introduced here, Nox Arcos and the Fading One. And so, in this scene, a great bell is being brought onto stage. I think it's made of silver, but we'll get to that in a moment. Nox Arcos taps it with a rod, and we hear gong and action.
Now I toll this bell?
No. That's not a question. Oh, sorry. That's not a question, Randus.
Okay.
It's just more or less a statement like, I toll this bell.
Now I toll this bell.
Amateurs.
The sound, it is anathema to my very being.
Good, okay. Yeah.
It is anathema to you indeed, old enemy, for I have learned the secret of your life end. This companarium tolls the end of our campaign.
Was the bell thrice forged in a pauper's smithy?
She was?
Was it silvered by the hands of a virgin maid?
She was, and she was. And with one last toll, you are accounted for.
Alas, I die.
Okay.
Oh, and scene. Orm walks up to both of them. He has two giant sheafs of paper just filled with notes.
Yes.
Please, the next time when we go through this, please go over my notes and look over some ways that you could potentially be better.
You guys were perfect.
You should know that the Baron of the Shores does not take notes.
Well, here, and I fold them up and I stuff them in his pocket.
So I think that these are two old, forgotten gods. I don't think that they're supposed to actually be stand-ins for anyone that's still around.
But even if in the other document, even if these two, Asmodeus and Bahamut are talking about an upcoming battle, could it not be this same battle?
Oh yeah, I suppose the Chit could all be part of like the warp entities.
In fact, likely is, but keep in mind when you're dealing with a play, it may not be speaking literally. It may be more metaphorical.
I think the real takeaway from here is actually pretty interesting. This idea that like something super specific, like this weird bell, could destroy a god.
Yeah.
But there's clearly something going on in the conversation between Coralon and Uranko. There is clearly coded information being imparted there.
I don't know. I mean, like, it depends on who the writer is. Like, they sound... There's, like, some plays that just have, like, humorous commentary, like people that, like, wander around in the scenes. And, like, Coralon and Uranko are both, like, kind of wandering, free-spirited gods. And so it doesn't have to be, like, a, secret code there so much as, like, it's providing the author with like a stand-in that they could toss in there that it's like, oh, and then the gods wander through the scene and they can make some pithy comment and then wander away.
Yes, but I know you've never met my family, but there is one thing that I am sure that I recognize, and it's always a hidden meaning. And that last interaction just infuriates me the way that my brother Zan does. There's something there. There is some sort of coded information there if we only knew how to disencode it.
Does it mention the author at all?
It does not. I could not find anything in there about that, or at least I forgot to write it down.
With a play, it's hard to say. It may be
it was
an oral
unattributed.
tradition.
Maybe the play's the thing, huh?
Mm.
Maybe this provides some clues or some ideas of. I mean, I just find it odd. Granted, Corlon has helped us out in the past, but his more recent actions, and now his name popping up time and time and time again in the information that I found, also Urenko popping up a couple of times, I find that rather interesting.
Mm.
Yeah, for sure.
Corlon has I don't want to be indelicate, but perhaps a reputation for fecklessness that precedes him. But could there be some information here that might be designed to imply what might be coming with his actions, or perhaps we're overthinking it?
I mean, that happens a lot. I mean, sometimes we read too much into the intent of a writer, and maybe maybe a silver bell is just a silver bell.
A silver bell is never a silver bell.
I think even given the text of that, it's not just a silver bell.
Yes, there's clearly.
Do you know where to find Corlon?
Oh man, do we know where Corlon resides?
Where
I mean,
Corlon's city is.
Yeah,
is he one to keep a low profile?
Corlon?
I feel like it may not.
You've met him.
Yeah. So it's
I mean, it means we'd have to go to Shalai, correct?
No, you'd have to go to Eldralale.
Oh, Eldralale.
I believe Shalai is premise Minson.
It's Arathis.
Right, okay.
Or at least was.
Still is officially.
just contested a bit.
Yes.
Yeah, no, I think seeing if we can get an audience with Corlon is a very good idea.
Or a very bad
actually,
idea. I mean,
yeah,
he did not want to sign
that.
Some Salath's kids to Corlon's city is a good idea, and seeing if they can get the pulse of what's going on there.
Yeah, that's probably not a bad idea. I mean,
before we go there in person,
it could be a very bad idea going in person, but that could also give us some answers we're looking for.
Yeah, exactly. Like if we go, if Sloth got some kids to like show up there, and then I don't know, there's like the whole place has been burned down and is covered with demons, then we've learned something. And if it's not, then maybe we can like get some details on what is going on and why so many Eldrin are trying to kill us.
And also, I think. Go ahead, Scar.
Is that something that needs to be a priority? I mean, we have clarified 6 of 14 targets at this point.
Yeah, no, I'm going to make this priority until Eldrin stop trying to murder us with increasing chances of success. Like those assassins, both times, knew what they were doing, and I do not want to deal with a third attempt.
They were specifically targeted.
Where did we decide our next stop was?
Well, we definitely need to head back to...
Well, yeah, definitely that. But after that, I feel like we had some idea.
I think we were trying to go for the wins.
Goobliet.
Yeah, I think there was several ideas, and then we pretty much scrapped them and went to
Thane.
Yeah.
At one point, we were discussing Malgubliet and Uronko.
Yeah, Uronko, we don't know where he is yet, though. So going there is kind of...
And there are some that we haven't spoken of because, frankly, none of us know how to pronounce them.
Zozricha, Phytonozoa, or the Weeping Maiden?
I believe we had recently discussed attempting to interact with Rafaga, possibly with the perk of knowing where her head is, presuming she did not.
But we don't have enough information really to go on there to make it, I don't know, I think worth her while. I think Maglubliet was a good one because he was possibly competition for Asmodeus, although I don't know that... Oh yeah, we needed some goblins. That was the problem. We don't have any goblin recruits to actually like get anyone to get us an intro there.
Yeah, I think we should go for the easy wins. And Maglubliet...
Don't know what the easy wins are at this point.
Yeah, right?
Well...
Who do you consider to be an easy win?
Anyone whose domain is decay, we should stay away from. I really think we should check and see if they've got any other information on Uranko. I don't know if there is any information in that one document, Little Sparkle, that talked about approaching a lot of the cities. I don't know if there was anything in there that might point to where Uranko might be.
Oh yeah, the manifest.
Uh-huh. I mean,
It does mention Waypoint. I know Waypoint was in there among the cities,
we know how to get to the city. It's just a question of whether or not. Oh yeah, I think that was the idea. Was that we were going to possibly use that to send another emissary to Waypoint. If I think we already have emissaries there though, and that they were just reporting back that Uranko wasn't there, which is not great.
I think Mesco might be useful, maybe.
Mesco is one of the ones that I've been trying to get more information on. I did find a book of poetry.
Oh, read for us, Ket, from your book of poetry.
It's a collection of poems by Rago the Singer. This is the first one that I think pertains to Mesco.
Okay. Orm sits down.
It's the three goddesses. Three are the goddesses of health and illness. The oldest with her shroud to accept the babies. The one in the middle with her bomb to soothe the sick. The youngest with her snakes. And that's why I think it's about Mesco, is because her symbol is a two-headed snake.
Right.
Then the next one the other two actually mention her by name. Hesitation. Who is she that steals the breath of healthy ones, the ones who did not pray but could? It is Mesco, and she does not hesitate.
Interesting. Oh yeah, that was the other thing that was possibly on that manifest. Was there's also a way to get into the thrice anointed prison, which is where the Weeping Maiden is based, and so we might be able to send an emissary to her that way.
Seems like a good plan. I think we might actually appeal to the Weeping Maiden.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're a sad ass lot.
Group.
Yeah, I mean, that might be a good win for us. But first, home.
Yeah.
Yep. I still think Malgubliet's probably our best target right now.
Yeah, we just don't have a good
traps
yet.
And cheating.
We'll check in, see if we've got any updates.
What was that, Orm?
Traps and cheating.
I believe he was repeating the, I suppose, the warning not to let our own natures put too much onto the natures of these beasts.
Yeah, I don't know that Malgubliet is necessarily directly a cheater himself. Another book I found, it's on games of skill and chance.
Ooh.
Mostly it's on the basics of gambling, betting, bluffing, seeing through bluffs. But it does name check Gamma and Malgubliet and warns against cheating with the quote, lest you also become an actual lizard.
That's awesome. It's a very specific punishment.
And seeing as Gamma is what he is.
He's like a fish, squid, lizard.
Unless the reason Malgubliet's symbol is a lizard is because he was turned into one.
Maybe he turns people into lizards. Who knows?
If they cheat him.
Punishment for cheating would be a domain over cheating.
Well, I still think we need to just talk with Coralon and find out why
I think we should send some spies there before we go in person. We really don't want to deliver ourselves to assassins.
True. All right. That's fine.
Why do we think Coralon's the one sending the...
I don't know. Isn't he, messed up the whole negotiation to begin with, and B, isn't he the god of Eldrin?
I mean, he's one of the two gods of elves.
True. And, he did, when the Feywild was stripped of most Eldrin, he did deliver a bunch of them to us. And so maybe they are indentured to him, or there is some debt of gratitude that may be.
So who is the other?
Lolth?
Yeah.
Hmm.
She also oversees elves.
So perhaps the reason for his change in attitude is more obvious than we had thought.
Or it's not necessarily Coralon targeting us.
Mm-hmm.
Lolth is trying to take over Shalai, where a fairly large contingent of Eladrin lived,
and
right next to where she entered the city.
Mm-hmm.
Have we reached out any feelers to Arathis or with the
we've
shells?
got what's her name? Lantern Archon. Gardenia is an agent of Arathis, so if we want to talk to Arathis, she might be able to arrange something.
Have we asked her specifically about the assassins? Have we asked anyone specifically about the assassins?
Yeah, I mean, I've asked Salath, and he hadn't heard anything, but maybe that's changed. Again, we can check in and mention that. I mean, we'll certainly mention the second attack and that we're trying to bump this up in the priority list.
Mm.
Yeah, well, I think Randus's time is running out on his magical spell, so we need to probably get to the island, make our rounds, let Randus do his little spy thing, and then decide which of the three we want to go see next. Magubliet, Mesco, Coralon, Lolth. I know that's four, but...
Don't think we want to go see Lolth.
Just generally speaking?
I think we definitely want to use the one book to send someone to the thrice anointed prison.
Yeah.
Mm. And are we sure that Mo'Ro'og isn't someone that we should look into who might be threatened by Asmodeus' ascension?
You are probably correct.
Yeah, I mean, I'll check in to see what more information we've got on how do you pronounce that? Is it Mo or Murug or
Mo'Ro'og would be the way that I pronounce it, but frankly, I don't care if I pronounce it wrong until someone godly tells me different.
Yeah, I mean, they're god of decay, which isn't really like Asmodeus's domain, but could possibly come into conflict with the Obsidian Huntress, who is allied with Asmodeus. So hard to say.
She's another one I still want to talk to.
Yeah, that sounds like it's going to be an awkward conversation.
Agreed. I think we need a hierarchy.
Well, why don't we don't have enough information to make a decision yet. Almost every time we've come back, we found some new thing from one of our agents that has helped inform our decision. So let's go back, talk to our people, and then make a decision.
Agreed.
All right.
Phytonozoa is another one that might be dead against Asmodeus.
Sure.
So you guys, say what?
Asterisk. I was pointing to the horizon and crying for home in a dramatic fashion.
Oh, okay. Well, eventually you guys make it back to base.
Hooray!
Hey.
We make sure Randus gets off first.
Okay.
Go stare at people creepily.
Actually, he should just come with us as we go talk to all of our contacts.
Yeah.
We should do just the group contact.
Yeah, we have a lot to discuss.
Yes. During the whatever time we had, I'm probably going to do some healing surges.
Okay. Yeah, you guys can spend healing surges, and you definitely have enough time for a short rest. So you can get your hit points back by spending healing surges. You can also get your encounters back.
Cute.
Okay. Yeah. Dailies are still gone.
Dailies are still gone. Action points are still spent. Or not spent, as the case might be.
Man, I think I used all dailies last time. Dagnabbit.
All right, so you guys disembark, and what do you do?
Why don't we go visit the new theologian?
That would be. She's on here somewhere, right?
Yep. She's under the Rutal Island crew.
Soule.
Right. So we're going to go visit Soule first.
Okay. You guys get to the library.
Hello.
Yay.
Yep. There's a handful of librarians in there.
Is Soule around, please?
Soule comes out. Oh, hello.
Hi. We've just come back from seeing Theen.
Yeah, did it go really badly?
No, it actually went really well, and she gave us access to the library, and we found all sorts of bits of information that I think we'd like to kind of cross-reference with you.
Oh, okay. Are you sure you don't want to get some rest first? You guys look pretty rough.
I mean, we're here. I look at Randus.
Yeah, how's she look?
Soule doesn't seem to have any glowiness to her as far as your god identification spell.
Okay. Kinda,
But, you know, when she sees you looking her up and down, she kind of straightens her hair a little bit.
just kind of shrug at Orm and...
All right. Hey, I give her a copy of the Grave of Kings. Maybe you could decipher some of this, like any information on these other gods that are mentioned in here, or maybe what this battle is. I don't know if you have any information on god battles before the War of Entities.
Well, we have some.
Okay. Well, we came across these two names. Might be worth checking out, especially in the fact that Coralon and Uranko are both mentioned in this play.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. All right. Did anybody else have any questions or things for Soule to look up?
I don't know. I mean, here, let me give you jot down some names from this, what's it called? A Canticle of the People, because there are a ton of gods listed here that I've never heard of except for Gamma. And I'd be curious if you knew any of them. And for that matter, this other guy, Deki Ho, who's apparently associated with the Perfect Stars.
Oh, sure. Is this a priority? Should I?
Oh, no, this is just a back burner thing.
Oh, okay. All right.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Now we should probably go see Pixo.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can share with him the
manifest.
stuff from the manifest.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Pixo is like across the hall.
Oh, hi, Pixo.
Ah!
Sorry, didn't mean to scare you.
Oh, hey, Orem. Oh, everybody's here.
Yeah, we just got back. We were seeing Theen. It went very well. She agreed to sign.
That's
but
great.
She also
you guys
gave
are
us
doing so good.
Well, thank you.
Good job.
Hey, we also got access to her library, and she shared a bunch of information for us with us. We found some information in this manifest that has like routes to get to the different islands, the different domains that we thought maybe you might find useful, especially when it comes to perhaps finding Uranko. Also, you might just be interested in transactions that went on between these different cities.
Yeah, I guess I can look that over.
Okay. I look at Randus.
Yeah, does he seem copacetic?
Yep.
All right. Another shrug.
Okay. Is there anything else that we might be able to share with Pixo?
Just the manifest, and if you could specifically look at the thrice anointed prison, we're gonna want a good way to get an emissary there.
Right.
There was one more thing that you might want to have Pixo look at.
And what is that?
You guys were given a chart.
Oh, right.
Oh, right.
Oh, yeah, I totally forgot about
The
that.
librarian gave us
That
a
was
chart.
inside the scroll case.
Mhm.
Yeah, and then also Theen gave this to us, and we weren't exactly sure what she wanted us, why she wanted us to have it.
Oh, well, it's a very nice scroll case.
Well, open it up and
It's inside.
Oh, he like opens it up and looks at it. Like, oh, it's pretty interesting.
let me show it in the chart.
Let's go ahead. It's pretty interesting stuff here. Okay. If you look at the, there's
Yes.
you can.
So we'll let you look that over.
Oh, are you guys
yeah.
still here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll leave you to it. You just
Yeah.
let us know how it goes.
Okay.
Might be a high priority item to look at.
Oh, sure. I'll look at it.
Okay, thank you. Now we should probably go see Salath.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. You guys go see Salath.
Knock on his door.
There is no response.
Ooh, knock on his door a little harder. Hello.
Try opening the door.
Look behind
Yeah,
us.
the door opens and Salath is in there.
Hello, Salath.
Hi.
Hey. Were you
Sorry. You guys, basically he was sitting at his desk, and when you guys walk in, he looks up, and then you guys see him move his fingers very slightly. Everybody can give me a perception check.
Sure thing.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh,
perception. 26.
36.
22.
Didn't think I was going to beat it, but I got close. 35.
28.
Okay. So Little Sparkle and Randus catch the glint of something metal in his hands, which then slips into his sleeve.
Everything okay?
Yeah, it's just nobody knocks around here.
I just knocked.
Or I'm polite to a fault.
We got attacked again
Oh, yeah?
by more Eladrin.
Okay.
Just off of Thiene's city.
You still haven't heard anything about Eladrin Assassin or anything like that?
No.
Do you have anyone at Felixet, or what's the name of Corlon City again?
Oh man, you would ask me that, wouldn't you?
Well, yeah.
It's Eldralale.
Eldrelil. Or what? Say it again. Sorry. I've got it. I've got it written here. I just need to find it.
Eldralale.
Eldralale.
We do have people in Eldralale.
And have they imported anything out of the ordinary?
I mean, they've been under a lot of pressure from privateers
The Gith?
and others. We're pretty sure Asmodeus is trying to apply pretty even pressure to every major city just to, it's part of the game. You try to force a mistake.
Makes sense. Interesting.
Has there been any word of Corlon gathering Eladrin to his, I don't know, side army? I mean, sending them out to do tasks for him beyond the ordinary?
Loth trying to recruit Eladrin?
Corlon is not really the recruitment type. He's the more people tend to flock to him. He doesn't really go on recruitment drives. So if any Eladrin are following him, it's likely because they idolize something about him rather than because anybody's going around asking them to. Although I suppose that would be very unusual, but I suppose it could happen. Corlon is doesn't put a lot of pressure on his people or his clerics. They are able to act largely however they want.
Has Corlon made any proclamations or decrees about why he did not sign on to the treaty?
Not that I know of. Word on the street is he didn't think that he had to because he had some other plan.
But he hasn't
possibly
shared
thing
any of
that
that.
involves Asmodeus's secret lab.
Yeah, that is likely.
Anything?
So if that is the play, then he must be very confident that that is the key to bringing down Asmodeus.
Anything new you've been hearing through the grapevine?
About the secret lab?
Or kind of anything of interest? We're trying to decide where to go next.
We have managed to place some people in Snapstab, but they're not really able to mingle. They just have to act strictly as spies. I mean, as recon, in a sense. So we can really only say two things. One, that they are also enduring pressure from the outside. And that there is a lot of activity within the walls, more than just for defense. Either something new has happened recently, or because we have only just established some contacts. Either something very recently has happened, or whatever. Or perhaps an event happened right as the city came out of shadow, and there's a lot of hustle and bustle.
Do you think it's defensive or that they're mobilizing?
It's very difficult to tell. It seems to be, it does seem to be military in a sense, but it could just as likely be, I don't know, an enormous military parade, or even a party of some kind. All we know is that supplies are being moved all around the city, and it's all day and all night that things have been happening.
Oh, wow. Interesting.
And what of Lolth?
Well, all we can really know about Lolth is from what we observe in Shalai. I don't have any direct agents in the Demon Web, and so from what we can observe in Shalai, they continue to push against the local forces and city ordinances. Shalai is a strange place in that you kind of need to have a bureaucratic force behind you as well, something that we believe Asmodeus has been aiding them in. If you want to know more about what exactly the Drow are up to, you might actually want to talk to Sarsa, since she has actual contacts in the Lilin Calamus.
The what?
Okay.
The Lilin Calamus. They're a Drow organization that explicitly opposes Lolth.
Huh. Interesting. Well, thank you.
Randus?
Yeah, does Salath seem okay?
Salath seems conspicuously inconspicuous. He seems like a dark, unreadable spot.
Undetectable affiliation.
He's got a blocker that's plus 37.
I mean, he's an epic level ninja. He probably just gets that as a class feature.
Yeah,
He doesn't even
okay.
have to turn it on.
Bigger shrug
Man.
at Orm.
Okay. Well, okay, thank you. I guess I would send word out to be on the lookout not only for the gift, but also these Eladrin attack forces. If they can figure out where they're coming from, that would be great.
Yeah, they're not kidding around.
Well, it's interesting that they've attacked you and that they seem to be so powerful. You are all, as far as I know, one of the most powerful commando teams for all intents and purposes, kicking around the Astral Sea nowadays.
Orm stands a little taller.
I would not worry too much about any of my kids being attacked by these guys. I'm sure fielding one of these teams is a significant expense for whoever's doing it. And the fact that two of them have failed means that they'll probably be very careful, which also means that you should be very careful.
Yep. That's why we're trying to figure it out before we get attacked a third time.
All right. Well, thank you so much for your time.
No problem.
And we all back out of the room.
One at a time because the door is small.
And I guess
Uh,
Zardanbani, I guess?
Sure.
so we're not gonna worry about whatever thing he was looking at there.
I mean, it was something metal. He might have been pocketing a knife. He might have been
I
startled.
think he was ready
don't know.
to stab somebody.
Yeah, most likely.
I mean, it's what I would have done.
Fair enough.
So let's go find Dinbani and see what she has to say.
Yes. So we'll go down to the armory.
Okay.
Knock on the door. Hello?
All right.
It's me, Orem.
Hello.
It's Orem and company.
It's open.
Okay, thank you. We just come in. We have returned from our latest excursion.
She also has a knife.
Ah,
She does not have a knife.
okay.
She has a hammer. She is, as usual, basically repairing weaponry.
Okay. Well, hey, we just came back from a rather interesting fight where we were attacked. I think Sakar's armor needs a little bit of repair.
Well, that is magic armor, so I'm sure it'll probably
okay.
repair itself.
I thought it was something you had to bang some dents out of or something.
Self-healing.
I mean, I have a very, very limited ability to maybe enhance it, but it lasts hours. So by the time you got anywhere where you wanted to use it, it would probably
Okay.
run out.
All right. Oh, then I was mistaken. Sorry. Didn't mean to bother you. I look at Randus.
Yeah? What, anything out of the ordinary here?
Nope.
Okay.
Okay, well, very sorry to bother you. And,
All right. Have a good time.
Okay, bye. And we'll go see Pistonella really quick.
Okay.
You should warn us when you're going to be dissembling so that we can assist you.
Yes, as I could tell by the way everyone spoke up at once.
I just really liked watching it. It's pretty funny to watch you try to lie.
I don't know anything
Yeah,
about Sakar's
I'm with
magic
her.
armor.
Don't you wear magic armor?
No, I wear these magnificent robes.
Well, I guess assumed there was like armor under it.
No, never. So we head
Right.
over to Pistonella.
Go see Pistonella.
Hello?
Don't look at her, Randus. I don't want to know.
Hello?
Hello.
Hi. Hey, we're back.
Hey, did you break the ship?
No, not really.
Not this time.
We were attacked,
Well,
though.
I should probably check it anyway.
Yeah,
you were
yeah,
attacked
probably.
on the ship?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys
took
have to
good
stop
care.
doing that.
I mean, we don't want it to happen. It's just when Eldrin on little clouds appear on the ship and start blasting you with magic, there's not much really you can do about it.
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds cute.
Mm.
Yeah, you might check out
it
this
was
ship. I
cute,
thought I
except for
noticed
that
a
it kept
bulge
us
on
from,
the
like,
side.
pushing them into the astral sea, which has kind of become like our go-to attack for fights on the ship, and so that was kind of disappointing.
Right.
Also, Sakar going down was a
Oh, are you okay?
wall.
I will endure.
While entertaining, also worrisome.
She was like, do you need some medical assistance?
Thank you. No, I am good.
Oh, okay.
I look at Randus.
Yeah. How does Pistonella seem?
Okay. When she said, do you need some medical assistance? She like reached down and pulled up like this like bronze looking like sensor.
Mm-hmm.
And she like immediately had a mark of Arathis on her forehead, and then when she put it down, it went away.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we just thought we'd let you know that we were back, and you might
All
wanna
right,
just
she like
give a-
gets her tools that kind of walks past you guys. All right, all
Sorry
right,
to
I'm
keep messing up
going.
your boat.
Yeah, so, seems to be serving of Arathis, at least, doesn't seem to be, readily noticeable unless they're actively brandishing their holy weapons, which
okay.
would be handy to know.
Okay.
Did we know that, Rodrigo?
No. And
didn't
in
know that
fact,
she was
it's very
aligned with
likely that that's not exactly what's happening.
Yeah.
Could
It
she
could
just
just
have like
be,
a holy item of Arathis that?
Also likely. Yeah.
Yep, it's really Randus can figure out that it's entirely possible that Pistonella has just figured out how to work like holy relics.
She's
Basically-
UMDing it up.
Yeah, basically,
reverse
literally
engineering.
tricking holy items into thinking that she's some sort of priest.
Ah.
Oh.
Nice. That's great.
All right. Well,
There's a lot of that going around, I
I
hear.
guess we will go and hang out in our bunkers, and as we walk, Randus can give the eye to everyone that he sees and see if there's anybody that stands out. I don't know if we need to go check out Stabums or not.
Yes, I'd like to look at Stabums.
It's either Gamma or something we don't want to know.
I have this suspicion that it's going to cause bleeding from the eyes.
Do we want to know if it's Gamma even?
He's actually become a servant of Lolth from all the spider hunting.
Well,
Honestly,
wouldn't that be
though-
the opposite?
No,
Knowing,
he's decided he
knowing
likes the spiders.
Stabums,
He'd have the symbol of Randus on his head.
is there a symbol of Randus? It's
There
a
is
big
a symbol
face
of
with
House
goggles across it.
Hussein.
That's true. It might not hurt to know Stabums.
Yes.
We give
Sure,
the
we've got the ritual up.
we
Sounds like fun.
give the secret whistle.
Plus, we can look at the
I think we have
spiders
to
and
go
see if the
find
spiders have
him.
anything going on.
I thought he just could hear us and would come running.
That one's a Sagittarius.
No, Stabums is busy.
Actually, knowing the spiders might not be the worst idea.
I mean, I assume if they're anything, it would be Lolth, but
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, we
but
know that
we
they-
would
they
know
came
that
from
they're
an
Lolth
attack.
now.
By
Yeah.
the Gooblers.
The drows.
Drow.
Like we would find out that they are actually explicitly
sure, extensions
divine
of her.
beings.
Yeah.
Worth a shot.
What if?
All right, so I guess we
Yeah.
go down to the little end of the island and look for Stabums and a spider.
The spider quarter.
Okay.
Follow the trail of Icar and big dents in the ground.
Yeah, you guys,
Iker and
you guys
rainbows?
track him down. He's like in a hole somewhere.
What are you doing, Stabums?
I'm looking for spiders.
Any luck?
Yeah. He
That's good.
pops his head out. When he pops his head out, you realize that maybe you didn't quite remember exactly how big he was, but he is smaller than this hole. So when he pops his head out, it kind of like inflates out of this hole.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
And anything amiss?
Oh, you're like checking with your vision. I thought you were asking him.
Yes.
No. I mean, he's like a weird supernatural entity,
Mm,
but he seems aggressively unaligned.
excellent.
And did you find any spiders, even small ones?
Yeah,
Do you got any of them you could show us?
sure. And he like opens his mouth and some chunks of spider fall out.
Fun coming.
Gross.
Oh, good work. Does that trigger?
No,
any-
there's I mean,
okay.
Any live ones you can find us? We wanted to do some magic on it.
I don't know. I kind of finished the ones in this hole,
Ah.
but I can bring you some later if you want.
Yeah, just.
Mm,
You know
Probably not
what?
a good
How
idea.
about
Just keep
we'll
them all
come
down
to
here.
you.
yeah,
Okay,
don't-
I'll be out here.
yeah, I don't think you need to keep any of them around.
Yeah, kill them. Just
Yeah.
kill them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you. Have fun.
Bye.
Bye.
Kind of shoomps back into the hole.
All right. I think this is Sakar's been walking around this entire time. He's looking kind of weak. I think it's probably best if we all go take a nap. Get some
Sounds
rest.
How dare you imply weakness in Sakar?
Well, it's just your face. It's like been drained of all.
Thud.
Yeah.
No, but
So we pick Scar up and we take him back to camp. We tuck him in his bed, take his little werewolf doll and put it under his arm. And
this is all not canon. None of this is canonical.
Are you sure?
Pretty sure.
Yes, that is in fact not canon.
Okay. But I think that we will all go to sleep and get some rest and come back next time and see where we
On
pick up.
Critical Hit.
There you go, Matthew. Thank you so much for downloading and checking us out. Again, you can help us out by going to patreon.com/Major Spoilers. And if you have any comments, we'd love to read them over at majorspoilers.com. And until next time, here's hoping all of your dice rolls are critical hits.
This podcast is copyright 2019 by Major Spoilers Entertainment, LLC.